Good evening, YouTube. I was going to do this yesterday, but I wasn't sure. I always say that because I'm not sure, but I guess when I feel the need to, then I'll just record a video. And this is something I've been thinking about since yesterday, and I hope that everyone, all the males, if I have any male subscribers, they had a very good Father's Day, time to spend with their family, and hope they got nice gifts and everything. But when I got up Sunday morning, I had hoped, well, when I would check my Facebook feed, that there wouldn't be any mentions of including women in the Father's Day, greetings. And what I mean is adding that old incentive that women are the father and the mother. Now, I haven't heard anyone say that, but I'm not saying it hasn't been said, but I think that's a very dangerous thing to say. My opinion only, okay? You might think differently, but as for me, she cannot be both mother and father. Okay, somewhere there had to be a man involved to provide the sperm to fertilize that egg to create that child. And telling her that she's both and gassing her head up is one of the things that help fracture the black family unit as a whole. And I feel that's very, very dangerous. Case in point, myself, I don't like to put too much out here about myself, but I'm a widow. My husband passed away 10 years ago last month. He had cancer. And when he was diagnosed August 2008, and he got his first chemo treatments in November, I had to take over, the responsibilities. And, besides, the household and the bills and everything else and decisions, I had to be there for our teenage son. And when he died, I took it fully over. And I never said out loud, I'm the mother and the father. When my husband died, I had hoped that I would, even I didn't want to do a better job. I wanted to come close to doing a good enough job, take care of things as he would have done it. And that's all I can say. I can never sit and say I was a father to my son. I can't be that. Biologically, it's totally impossible. And that's what, coming from my point of view, I could develop that, that twisted mindset saying I'm the mama and the daddy, but I won't do it because it's a dangerous thing to say. And as I said, when I got up Sunday morning, I said, Lord, I hope I don't have any crazy posts on my feed, amongst the Father's Day greetings. And there was one. And I made a statement and said, really? And the person got mad and told me to get off their post. And it was a man. And I don't understand it. And there was another one that said the same thing. I went to Instagram. It was the same thing. But I'm following this person because I think that's a very dangerous statement. And stood too close to the Glade thing. Got Glade in my face. Then there was another thing that I saw on Instagram yesterday that kind of bothered me. I follow a lot of things on there, and what is for natural hair, and they had a picture of that lady. I don't know, I can't remember her name first name. I know her, the McClure lady. She was dressed in a beautiful African garb. And she had her daughters in the picture. There's like a little video near walking. And everybody, all the women that subscribe to this natural hair, follow this post, they're oohing on over it. And I'm sorry. I didn't like it. Because here's this woman. She's been not married once, but twice to a white man. And the father of her children are white men. And every time you turn around, she's put on African garb, saying how proud she is. You're not that proud, honey. If you were proud, you would wear that garb, proudly with a man from your country, another Kenyan man, or an American black man. Not a white man, which she's done that before in one of her posts. The whole family is dressed in African garb, and he had it on. That made my blood boil. And I put down how I felt, which I thought was blasphemy. excuse me, I would feel the same way if it was an African man standing there with his white wife. I'm not doing it because it's just one-sided. I feel a way about both sides. I'm not going to sit here and get on one side and then say nothing about the other. So I said my piece, and I thought about it. I said, you're going to get some pushback from these women. I said, oh, well, bring it. They get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Get glad, you know? And I know I was going to get some pushback, and I have. I had people call me bitter and telling me that she can be proud of her heritage and still wear the garb and be married to a white man. And any other things that didn't even make any sense. Some of the comments, if I was able to, I'm not a drinker, I would have had a drink. The dumb shit that black women were saying. They were standing up for it. And I defended myself because this same woman last year, when she got called out about who was the father, the real father of her twin daughters, and when those racist tweets that her husband put out, and she sat there next to her husband with a smug look on her face. They weren't racist and blah, blah, blah. She had this look like, this doesn't pertain to me. This isn't like she's not black. That told me all I needed to know about her. And for her to stand there and act like it doesn't pertain to her. And then when, as I said, when she had explained herself about who was the actual father of her twin daughters, where was that husband? He was nowhere to be found. She had to do all explaining with nobody standing there by her side. No one patting her on the shoulder. I got you. I'm supporting you. She had to do it on her own. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of people feel kind of touchy about this subject. And to me, I can't make anybody choose who they want to be with. But the reality is, I'm not up here when these people getting all warm and fuzzy when I see stuff like that. Especially when I see when people, they're not checking their mates when they get out of pocket. And the last little reply I got from this feed, someone called me bitter, and they said that I'm the only one that feels that way. And I'm sure there are other black women that don't agree to this foolishness. And that's how I see it, as total foolishness. And as I said, I know I'm going to get some type of pushback from somebody if anybody watches my little videos. And if you get mad, please don't give me a big ass paragraph of why you feel that way. Just say you agree to disagree. You're gonna get mad, go on and get mad. Hell, scratch your ass and get glad, but don't leave no big ass paragraph on my page. I have a right to my opinions. I'm not hurting anybody. But I just feel like there's not enough, well, how can I say it? There's not enough hypocrisy being called out by black women about certain things. And I wish it was enough. There are some black women on YouTube that call out the hypocrisy. And to them, I tip my hat to you. I really do. But it's not enough. It's always, the majority, it's the brothers calling out the hypocrisy amongst the black females. And to be honest, we need a lot more women calling out the hypocrisy on YouTube between the black women and that's all I got to say about it.